Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani. So moving on to part 2, again I will be only discussing questions that most of you are unable to answer. However, I have also included the answer to other questions as well. So this next question is on graph of function. You substitute the values of x equals to 2 and x equals to 2 into the equation that is given, and you should get y equals to 10 and y equals to minus 6 respectively. Plot it. Okay, you plot all the points, join the point with a smooth curve. That will give you 4 marks. And then here, use your graph to solve the equation of x squared minus 4x minus 2. You should be able to recognize this one is the equation of the curve. Okay, that means you find the value of x. So your answer is where your x here is equals to 0. Okay, where the equation equals to 0, that means this x value, and usually that's the answer from your graph. Okay, taken. So in my graph, my answer would be on this side would be a negative. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, negative 0.45, and the other one would be 4.45. You might get different value than me, but as long as you identify the value where your graph touches the x-axis, then you'll be all right and get that 2 marks. Next question here, how many cars are red? What are we given? We are given 500 cars. We also given that red is 90 degrees. So we have 90 degrees and you have total 500 cars. So what we can do, we can just find the fraction of 90. 90 over total 360 multiplied by the total of cars, that would give you 125 cars. Okay, just like that. And then 35 cars are gray, so we don't know here. The question is asking what would be the angle here if 35 cars are gray. So we know 90 degrees is 90 degrees corresponds to 125 cars. So how many degrees corresponds to 35 cars? So x times 125 equals to 90 times 35. Divide both sides with 125 and you would get, you calculate it, 25.2, which is what the answer is already given. So it's shown. 175 cars are white and 150 cars are black. Complete the pie chart. So in order to complete the pie chart, you need to convert this one into angle and 150 into angle as well. Okay, we can use the same method as the above one. So 125 cars represent 90 degrees. So for white, which is 175 cars, how many degrees is that? So x is equals to x times 125 equals to 90 times 175. Divide both sides by 125 and you get 90 times 175 divided by 125. You get, for white is 126 degrees. And then using the same thing for black, so black is 150 cars. Again, x times 125, 90 times 150, divide by both sides 125, x is equals to 90 times 150 divided 125, should get 108. So using your protractor from the center, align it with the first line there, and then measure from 0. You measure 126, you draw a line. Okay, so I am just estimating here 126 and double check. Okay, 126 would be white, and double check that here we should be 108 for black. Okay, you can start from here as well, 0 here, same thing. Okay, find the probability that a car, so probability, so your answer should be in fraction, shouldn't be decimal, is not gray, is not gray. Gray is 35. So 35 over total 500. Okay, if it's gray. That means if it's not gray, would be 1 minus 35 over 500. Okay, you use your calculator and you get 93 over 100. Or if this is gray, that means not gray is 500 minus 35, which is 465. So that means the fraction will be 465 over 500. And if you use a calculator, that would be simplified to 93 over 100 as well. So either way, okay, because he wants the simplest form. Using a calculator would be easier. Another 320 cars cross the bridge. How many of these 320 cars expected to be white? So we need to find what's the fraction for white. White is 175. So white, according to the previous one, it's 175 over out of the 500. So that means if you want to find how many of the 320, you just multiply that fraction with 120 using a calculator, and you will get 112, and that is how you get 112 as your final answer. You find the fraction of white, multiply by how many cars. F would be calculating the mean. So mean, what you need to do, you need to find, you need to multiply number of people with the frequency and then sum it up over total frequency. So basically that means is 1 times 20, number of people, times frequency, plus 2 times 6, plus 3 times 0, plus 4 times 15, plus 5 times 8, plus 6 times 12, and you divide by total frequency. That would be 20 plus 6 plus 0 plus 15 plus 8 plus 12. You can do here as well all the multiplication. 1 times, either way. Okay, 20, this is 12, this is 0. 15 times 4 is 60, 5 times 8 is 40, 6 times 12 is 72. You can total this up. This is 61. So that's 204, 61. Should get your answer 3.34426. Round it off to 3 significant figures and you got 3.34. Alright, next one would be simplifying. So you have two operations here. You can't do this one because this one is unlike terms. 8b and minus 4 is unlike terms, and also because that if for order of operation you need to do the multiplication first. So that would be 28b, and 8 minus 28 will give you minus 20, and that would be the final answer. Okay, next one, part C. The perimeter of this shape is equals to perimeter of a square. Alright, so perimeter means you add up all those things. So that means for this shape, that's 7x plus 3 plus 9x plus 8 plus x plus 7 plus 4x plus 3 plus 3x minus 9 equal to perimeter of a square. So if we draw a square with side S, perimeter would be S, 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 because square has 4 equal sides. So S plus S plus S plus S. Simplify all the like terms. 7x plus 9x plus x plus 4x plus 3 equals to 24x, and then 3 plus 8 plus 7 plus 3 minus 9, it gives you plus 12 equals to 4s. Okay, simplify that, and then it says final expression for the length, final expression for the length of one side. So we only need one side. That means you divide that by 4, divide the whole thing by 4, so that cancels out. 24 divided by 4, so 6x plus 3, and that's the solution. Okay, and that is the end of part